What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. So guys, in the past couple of days, we've been following quite an interesting thing happening on the S&P 500, as well as a lot of the other cryptocurrencies. But to start with the S&P, you guys can clearly see we did some pretty incredible stuff over the past month. And as you can see, we've managed from the end of June into July, into August. Today's what? The 6th, so August 6th. We've managed to rise 14.35% over the period of, let me just get the correct amount of days, over the time period of 49 days, which to me is pretty incredible. I believe it's 49 days. Let me see exactly. Yeah, 49 days. The bars represent each day, but there are no bars for the weekend. So 49 days in total here, which is a month and a half, and it's pretty incredible. But the main thing you have to focus on is the fact that we've now managed to come back up to retest the daily moving average, which happens so often here. And not only that, we're now intertwined inside a sideways channel that we've used as massive supports and massive resistances in the past. Trading inside of this, you can see we're back inside of this now. However, instead of us, kind of climbing back into it, correcting downwards, I truly believe we might be able to break upwards here, but we'll see how this plays out. Regardless, we're now starting to trend very close to overbought here. There is a possibility of correction, and maybe the lowest point we move to is down to support here, but ideally, this should allow us to get back inside and then break to the upside. So even if we do correct lower, it will be only short term, with the long-term goal of swinging back to the upside here. But this now portrays the other cryptos. As you guys know, the S&P 500 has managed to retest its daily moving average. It's only, the next step is the cryptocurrencies to do the same exact thing, with XRP finally catching up to 44 to 45 cents on its moving average, with Ethereum, which is pretty much at its moving average at 1795, currently trading at 1700, and Bitcoin trading at 23K, on its way up to about $27,000 to $28,000 short term, which is quite exciting. So we are on this roadmap to the upside here, and typically what we see is we've started to notice and develop uptrends very similar to the S&P 500. You can see the uptrend clearly here. I'll draw it for you guys just like this. This is how we've been kind of rallying to the upside here, and it's been, quite a long, or quite a uptrend to say the least here. But ideally, what we need to see now is completion of these moving averages on these other cryptocurrencies, retests of these moving averages right here, and then pretty much deciding where do we go after that, which is going to be quite an interesting day when we do get to that point. Ethereum is now mapping out pretty much the top of its resistance here, and something big is coming for Ethereum. We just don't know if we're going to be buying in long or selling short, from that point on here. However, we do have a trade open on Bitcoin, as we do suspect that we are going to see a rally upwards. And we'll talk more about that later on in today's video. But we also believe XRP with a trade is going to be swinging up to the upside as well. So I have trades open on Bitcoin and XRP, as I covered with you yesterday. But with that all being said, guys, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, I get this question a lot here on the channel, which is, what are my trades specifically? How can I stay up to date on the trades that I make? And, what exactly are you doing? When exactly are you doing it? And how can I get your trades the second they come out? Well, I've had this solution for you guys for a couple of years now. I just, have kind of fallen off promoting it because, there's so many other, important things to talk about here on the channel. But for those that don't know, I do have a Patreon where I post all of my cryptocurrency trades, which is linked down in the description below. You can see here, once you click on the link in the description, you get brought to this page here where we have 4 different membership courses: the Gold, the Loungers, the Crypto Platinum, as well as Trading Masterclass. And this is run by my friend and I, my partner within Patreon for about, it's probably been 3 years, maybe 4 years. I'm not entirely sure. It's 3 to 4 years, but we've been, working together for a while now, and he's really helped me develop this and really sustain the amount of people that want answers to this. So we have a few spots remaining in these courses here. As you guys can see, we have over 45 people currently in it. Obviously, with the markets dipping, I understand, and it's definitely not something you guys should jump into. If you don't feel comfortable or you don't want to spend the money on it, it's totally fine. But I do believe you do get the full value of what we offer here. So definitely make sure to check it out if you are interested. But with that being said, diving into the technical analysis, you can see top 10 cryptocurrencies here. We're up 1.1%, but currently the markets are down, or Bitcoin's down 4, almost 5% right now. Things like Solana down 6, so on and so forth. We're starting to see the consolidation. Now, the thing to consider is today's Saturday, and today and tomorrow, the S&P 500 is going to be closed at a very interesting level here, in a part where we suspect to see some more consolidation. Not entirely sure how long. The last time we were in here, it took us almost 8 days for us to, break out of it or make some sort of decision. We're currently at 5, so we need a few more days into next week to get, some sort of decisive factor that would determine the general direction of this movement here. Now, obviously, we could do one of two things. When we see sideways consolidation, which isn't normal, it either ends in a pump or a dump to the downside here, but we'll be ready regardless. Now, this is the S&P 500, and I hold long. If we dip lower, maybe we'll put in some more money with the expectations of us, bouncing back to the upside here. But in regards to the other cryptos, Ethereum specifically is in that same situation. Ethereum has managed to consolidate all the way up. You can see we've been tracking this kind of ascending, I don't even know how to describe it. And it's not an ascending channel because it does close. It's more of this like a funnel here. It's an ascending funnel where the prices are getting intertwined and squashed into here, where a decision is going to have to be made at its point, which is pretty much right where we're at now. You can see we had a lot more, consolidation. We had a lot more vigorous and violent spikes and dips, but now we're pretty much caught into this. So when it comes to next week, which will probably be consolidation today and tomorrow, we're going to have to decide on a factor. Are we going to get rejected from its price ceiling, its moving average, and this ascending funnel here, or are we going to break through it and swing to the upside? Obviously, it's one of the two, a pump or a dump here. You can take advantage of this. I have not traded Ethereum yet for this due reason, and I need to wait for confirmation before I do any sort of trade here. Are we going to break through moving averages? If we can close the moving average above an 1850 price on Ethereum, we can buy in long. However, with a lot of these resistances here, as well as with the the moving or the RSI getting pretty high, there's a big chance of rejection to come, typically, and we could short this on Bityard. And for those that aren't familiar with Bityard, Bityard is the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that we like to use to basically leverage trade cryptocurrencies. I'm not going to bore you on this. It's an exchange. You guys know what it is. The only cool thing, to keep it short and sweet, they offer XRP trading, which is awesome. And if you sign up with the link in the description, which is free, and click get free mystery box, you can get some free crypto, which is awesome as well. Now, diving back into this here. So this is suspect of correction. And we can see the S&P is also suspect of a big correction. It's possible. With us getting very high up here and with Ethereum getting high up here, they both show signs of dips. So I'm honestly torn 50-50 right now of possible correction here. But, when you look at something like XRP or Bitcoin, they're not yet at the top, and they have a lot more room to grow to its moving average, which is why I have a trade open on XRP or Bitcoin, and why I have a trade open on XRP. Now, I haven't taken any losses yet. We're pretty much trending at the same point. We bought in right at the bottom here. And we're kind of up a little bit. It's an interesting thing. It depends on if you want to take risks or if you don't want to take risks. There's a chance that, with Ethereum at its top resistance, it could correct downwards. And same thing with the S&P. It could also correct downwards. Now, we do have stop losses on this, and this is how the game works. If we see XRP break us through its support and its in its stop loss here at 36 cents, even a little bit lower at 36 cents on the dot here, which comes about right here. If we break through this, we're gonna dump to the downside here back to 30 cents. However, ideally, the goal is to hopefully use it as a support and run back to the upside here. It's very possible for Ethereum to become overbought. We're not just there yet. We're just retesting the top here. Same thing applies itself with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a whiles away before it becomes overbought. So it could very easily see another rally. And, with the gauging how the dumps are, it could very easily do that because we've completed this next dump, the fourth dump, back down to retesting the bottom support on the RSI, which is a signal for correction to the upside. So we have to see how this plays out. It's a risk you have to be willing to take. Stop loss is clearly set at 21.9. And if we do break through that, once again, we're going to fall down to 19K. However, if we don't, we should suspect a run to the upside here. That's the ideal goal, with target at 25 to 28K. So that's pretty much what we're waiting for right now. I just wanted to give you that short and sweet update on the cryptocurrencies and the S&P 500. All in all, we look good, but as I've been saying here, just because, we're not just going to rally to the upside. It's not an elevator. We're dealing with a stair-stepping momentum movement, not in a bear market. This is more of the consolidation period. We've left what I believe is the bear market on Bitcoin, and we've entered a, consolidating and getting outside of this recession and correcting back to the upside here. So even though we're not going to be exploding to the upside, I do believe we are going to consolidate back up with a target short-term or maybe long-term on Bitcoin back to its moving average on the weekly, which would be eventually 36K. So short-term ask, I'm not that worried here. And that's truly where I believe these markets are heading to. But with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Make sure to check out my Patreon. Make sure to check out BitYard for all my trades. And with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.